broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
All right. It's Oscar evening, but more importantly, it's the GH Reports.
Yeah.
That's right, the General Hospital After Show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm one of your hosts, James Lott Jr., of course, and I'm here with three other people who are ready to talk about the week that was in Port Charles. And was it a week? It was a week. And we have some varying opinions tonight, so I love this. Sitting next to me is the girl who wishes she was watching Chris Rock right now. Lacretia Lyon.
Pull me in here. Well, and of course, I wouldn't be at the Oscars because my name is Lacretia Lyon. But yeah, if you can spell it right, it's Lacretialyon.
Say it louder.
Find me anywhere. Yes.
That's for Ladine. And the girl who is working it out today, she is Oscar worthy, and yes, she is black. Ladine Harvey.
Hi guys, you can find me on Twitter at Ladine_Harvey.
Alexis, hello, Alexis.
Yes.
And of course, James Lott Jr., the heartthrob of the group, who's ready tonight to talk about it all, and is going to disagree with me, I'm sure. Frank Moran.
That's right. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie, and let's tell the affiliates we're going to be running long because I got a lot to say about this week. I got a lot.
We have a lot. We're going to dig right in, you guys. Okay, but first of all, of course, follow us on Facebook and our page. We're trying to get to 913. We're getting close to 900. We're getting there, but 913. I give a prize away at 913. So let you guys know that.
Ladine's look alone is going to get us to 913.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. I mean, come on. Go ahead and comment.
Again.
Yes.
And of course, we're on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube. You know, go ahead and go to AFTERBUZZ TV. Find us. We're under General Hospital After Show. You can find us on there. And then of course, on Twitter, you can use the hashtags ABTV, GH Report, the GH Report, anything with GH Report in it. Just use it. You can find us. You can find me at Black Hope LA on Twitter, of course. Michelle Stafford will be on in 2 weeks. We decided because of the Oscars, we wanted a really big live audience with her and interaction. We decided to postpone, so nothing bad happened at all. She's excited to come on. She can't wait to come on. So it'll be March 13th. So you'll see her then on there. And I'm working on other guests for the month of March. We're going to have some other guests, got some surprises coming up. And Lacretia went to the Soap Opera Digest 40th anniversary with Tony Moore on Audition Days. And how was that briefly? How was that?
Oh, well, it was just so much fun. So it was really informal. So General Hospital should really be called Casual Hospital because everybody was in jeans, having a good time. And so, yeah, it was just fun. You know, very casual atmosphere, just drinking. And, you know, some people enjoyed it a little more than others.
So they imbibed a little more than others? Yeah. Yes, exactly. Well, the folks are like, look, Ladine, they go on the red carpet. They love it. And so Lacretia actually took a bunch of pictures and she sent them to me, and we're going to post them on our pages and stuff this week, so stay tuned. And so I'm glad you were able to go and do that, Lacretia, with Tony Moore from Audition Days.
Exactly.
It was kind of fun. So I guess we will dig right in because we have a lot to talk about. And I titled this first one because basically he did Morgan messes up everything on the pier.
Man,
let's start. Frank, let's start with you first.
Yeah.
Let's start. You start the ladies.
Man, it was terrible. It was terrible from beginning to end there.
Terrible?
Absolutely. Oh.
Whoa.
Tell us why. Tell us what you thought.
Man, it was just dragged way too far out. First, this kind of the fact that everybody could get to this pier. Okay, sure, Morgan hears about it. I mean, we have to deal with all these scenes of him just lurking in the background the whole time. But when he finally comes out and he does his whole thing and he makes all these guys are going to throw their handguns in the water. Oh, that was terrible. But then when it all goes, everything from like Kiki showing up to like running out at the last second to take that bullet from, that was ridiculous. Like, oh, Morgan, look out! Oh, that was awful. And then for some reason, that Carly and Michael are able just to go there. I mean, this place is supposed to be surrounded by the ATF, and there's Carly and Michael just able just to cruise right in. Like, what?
Okay.
No way! That's ridiculous.
There was some implausibility.
And the fact that, Kiki is shot, and then nobody calls a paramedic right away.
The only problem I have. I'm like, she is dying, guys. Like, they're having full conversations around them, and I'm just like, Kiki's dying.
Yes.
You know, does it not matter, that
Right.
she's just lying there? That's the only problem, but I thought it was, had me on edge. I really didn't think so much about staging or...
It had me on edge, just like, please end this. Please end this.
Lacretia, what did you think?
Honestly, I loved this week. That was to me. I was like, stuff happened. I mean, Kiki got shot, Nathan got shot, Lulu was drowning. I mean, the whole wedding debacle, the little situation with Morgan on the pier, I was just like, whoa, stuff's happening. And Brian Craig, I mean, give that guy an Emmy.
Well, he was good this week.
Fantastic.
I cried twice in this week's episode. I think it was Thursday and Friday's episode.
I had a tearful moment. I
was like, whoa, this week is so good.
Well, I'll tell you, they're agreeing with you, Frank. People are agreeing with you.
Oh, thank you, because I'm going to be sadly disagreeing, I think, a lot with the people. I did not like this week in Port Charles. It drove me crazy.
Yeah.
I think I only liked it because of the drama that it, for a while it's been a little bit low and kind of dead. So this week kind of gave us something to look forward to, which is what I liked. That's
true. No, okay, the problem for me, there's several problems. There are logistical things. One, yes, the pier. You're gonna do like this open, drop off. Why do it? It's an open area, like everybody can get to us. Number one. Number two. So Kiki, I'm gonna go to the Pier 54 at 6:14 p.m. and blah blah blah. I'm like, he gave her the most detailed message on earth, so of course he was gonna show up. Right. Of course he was. Yeah. It was like.
But of course, Michael's father, or Morgan's father, is right inside that church. Yeah. Why don't you go to the man that may have experience in dealing with situations like this? No, I'm just going to do it by myself.
Yes.
Somebody that is not familiar with this at all.
But I guess the thing is, they're saying he was having his meltdown. That was the whole point. He was Frank don't care about that.
He was the only person that he could turn to, apparently. So he needed to call somebody.
Apparently.
Yeah, why not Michael? I mean...
Because Michael will stop him. He knows Kiki will kind of take the back seat, you know?
Oh, and that conversation, once Kiki called Michael, and then Anna's there, and Carly's there, and that whole conversation was just belabored. Oh. And Anna was just... Anna was terrible there at Carly's place, at Carly and Sunny's place. She let everybody just run out. Like, way to stop everybody, Anna. Way to corral everyone.
But you'll always be little surrounding you, and Dixon gets away.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just slides through like a crate or something.
And he's out of there.
All those cops.
Yes.
And
he gets away. And that's what I'm saying. It was just so crazy. And I see that. I mean, Paul. So I guess he's a good guy. I guess on some level. I guess.
I still don't believe him.
I don't believe you on that one.
Well, he can't be completely good because I mean he shot Sonny too, and that didn't seem to be anything about him being undercover.
Exactly. Right. So what is is something still going on with Paul?
Well, let's face it. I mean, shooting Sonny was a public service, so maybe they'll just like gloss over that if anybody finds out.
Damn, Lacretia.
Oh, you must not watch all the time, Alexis.
Nope.
I made wheelchair jokes forever.
Oh, not no more.
I know, you finally stood up this week.
We're going to talk about that too, of course, when we get to Julex Wayne. But yeah, so basically, the whole operation, it went kind of wrong, but kind of right. I mean, because in the end, they caught all besides Dixon, they caught all the bad guys on the pier, and the guns were just sitting there. Like, the guns were just sitting there.
It's like, the thing with me is, why rent out the Haunted Star if you're going to do it on the pier?
Yeah, just to make sure that nobody just happened to be watching while this thing went down.
I don't know.
And then even afterwards, after everything went down, and Carly goes back to that pier, so you have just one ATF agent watching all those guns, who then walks off, and there's nobody else, and Carly can just stroll up and start throwing guns into the water. What? Come on!
But I have to say, I did like her scenes with Sonny.
Yes.
This week, and we'll talk more in depth about when she finds out he can walk. I have to say, it
broke my heart.
It was
Carly was good this week.
She was really good. She was really good this week. So I have to say, I like the throwing of the guns in the water. Either part of it was kind of far fetched, but her sentiment, I kind of got it. So he's not buying it. I got it. I kind of got it.
I bought it too.
I bought it. I was like, sold.
It's soap opera, so I bought it.
I bought it this time. I always buy it. I bought it this time. So I bought it all, dude. But basically, that whole plan got stopped. But meanwhile, that leads us into I have to say, I like this. The Julexis wedding, Brad's divorce, and the hostage situation with Sonny saving the day.
Yeah, I really liked that because my favorite part was when Franco like just starts mouthing like, and he's just like, "I'm a terrible hostage. No one's gonna fuck me. Take Julian." Like,
yes, it was such to me. But first of all, just the wedding itself was very reminiscent of old time of them having the wedding.
Right.
Oh, that was terrible too.
Really?
Yes, I don't. If you're gonna do a wedding, all right, I'm fine. Like, if you're gonna do your own vows, just show me that part. That's the only scene I need to see because that's the only thing that's different than a traditional wedding. Weddings are boring to begin with. You do those long service weddings, so to see like the standard where they're reading from Corinthians and all that stuff, blah, fast pass.
It's a wedding, Frank.
We're wasting time on this? On people reading passages? Come on! I understand the vows. Vows that you're writing to the other one, then that's cool. All right, show that scene because it's showing more about character and backstory and their love and relationship, but pass on the Corinthians and the,
Corinthians.
And then, what was the terrible scene with Lucas with the rings? What was that
I didn't
scene
like that
for
either.
at all? And
That was so purposeless. I agree.
Yes, and then Molly just having to know, check your other, just really deep in the pocket. What was that?
And how did you know about that?
Exactly.
Sit down. Go have a seat, girl.
Oh.
Well, all right.
yeah, my favorite part was at least when that happened with Lucas. Ava's like, "Yeah, you just saved your dad's wedding day. One bad thing happening." And it's just like, "Oh, we know, stuff's about to go down."
Well, it's just what was weird to me was that suddenly Brad had divorce papers. And even Lucas was like, well, wasn't like the end of the earth going to happen if you tried to like divorce? And suddenly it's just like, they're real.
Yeah, that storyline just got hit like fast forward.
They just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Those two. It's like we didn't even care anymore about the divorce because
Right.
it kind of just we didn't really hear much from those two.
Ooh, bring back Rosalie. I totally agree. Bring her
I
back.
liked her.
Elena Tovar, I think his name was. She was a great actress. I mean, they should have her on there. I mean, it was like, hello.
And I think a lot of it has to do, same thing with Brad, their schedules. They do a lot of stuff. So, and that's the thing though, is like, then the writer should have been writing this and working it out.
Yes.
Because we actually did care about the story with Brad and Rosalie.
Yeah, we did. And Pari Chan, who plays Brad, great actor, so it was good to see him return. It was like to see him come back. And they were kind of like, we're arm in arm, and they were sitting there a little bit. But it was like, it's kind of nice, but he was just like, I got divorce papers. we can just be ourselves or whatever. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then we get a little bit, at least something, I feel like something's going to be happening with Nathan. Because we get, Maxie like giving him the third degree about what this glove was doing in his tuxedo jacket. And he's like, oh, I've got a bunch of them. And then when he sits down first in the church and you can see him sit there and kind of has like this weird moment. So I feel like there's something that he's not telling Maxie about, some kind of backstory that has to do with this suit and this glove.
And that girl's name that he called out.
Yes, he did, I guess, name. But he got shot, of course, because Dixon shows up at the church, of course.
If you're running away from the law, are you going to run right to a church? Is that your first move? I don't know.
Well, what made me laugh, though, was that we're going to get to know each other, so let's who are we are. Like,
wanted to pass some time.
I was like, really? So yeah, you had the whole Franco stuff happening, and he had Nicholas. Everybody has money, so Nicholas like, I'll give you some money. She was like, no, I'll give you some money. It's like, I'll give you some money. They were all just give money. They all want to throw money at him. He didn't want it.
But that priest made the most of his time there on that show.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did. Yeah, he had some lines. Yeah, Claudette was the name. Yeah. Oh, Elena Tovar is a casting director, actress, and mom. Has a busy schedule. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I would love to have her on. She's so great. We'd love to have her back. We'll figure it out. But no, it was just kind of funny. For me, I kind of liked the wedding part. I thought it was kind of nice to have an old-fashioned wedding thing. The hostage thing we've seen done before at the Metro Court years ago, and that kind of happens. It's kind of fun to see all the characters together in a room sometimes, but parts of it were kind of weird. But then they get the Davis girls, of course. That was the most part. That was kind of the most dramatic kind of for me when they were trying to figure out which one is which.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like that because to me, the Davis girls, it's really good to see them all together. They really work as a good family unit, and I liked how Sam wanted to go in place, and then Christina when they try to take Molly, they really do care about one another. Unlike and Michael and Morgan too. You saw this week, so it was kind of a good family week at least.
It was, and when he mentioned Morgan's name or somebody's name, Molly's like, "What'd you do? What happened?" Like it was like they're cousins, they're all brothers, they're all related to each other. So it was kind of nice. I love that Sam gave a little shade to Nicholas at the beginning. She's like, I'm like, and when she gave a little shade to Hayden too, she's like, "So how was Las Vegas, bitch?" And she said that, but she wanted to, she wanted to, and Nicholas was like, "Oh, you're not subtle this time, aren't you?" She's like, "Well, she should have a problem." I was like, "You go, Sam. She's a gangster in there." That moment, she's like, "Yeah, she shouldn't have a problem." with that. So Hayden, what's about that a little later with her and my man. A little later, they're together. He was on the show. But no, I thought the whole hostage thing was kind of hokey, but we all had a feeling, I guess, Sonny was going to save the day, right?
Yes, I knew he would stand up at Julian's wedding. I predicted that, but I
did.
just thought he would do it just to piss Julian off.
Yes.
like, this is your day, but I'm going to ruin it.
I never saw it coming. I didn't see it coming until he locked his wheelchair. I was really late. I was really late.
Oh, really? That's so funny. Because I had a feeling he was going to, when I saw the hostage thing and he was like clicking this and he was making fun of me, you and that, what are you going to do? You're going to wave me to death? Or he was like making all these jokes at him. But him being, I was like, and for somebody who hasn't walked in a while, sure did walk really well.
We don't know what he's doing, okay? We're not going to assume.
That's true. No, that's just true. Off camera. I guess but he's been practicing.
And then Carly walks in and clearly sees Sonny holding a gun to this guy that's been involved in this, and then just wants that, at that moment is the time she, Sonny, what have you been doing? This is not the right moment, Carly. Carly,
right.
Not the right moment.
Well, that is her husband, in which he's been lying to her. So nothing at the moment is going to matter except he lied to me.
She was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
She can't see anything else.
Which I can't. Here's why I don't blame her, because they've been through so much. At this point, there should be no. I mean, he should have told her at the very least.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is it's not like Carly would have said or done anything.
No.
It's just, I always get annoyed when they have to have someone lie, and it's just like, that this person has had your back so many times.
Exactly.
Why would you lie?
Exactly.
And to me, Carly's finally, taking responsibility for Morgan and all this other stuff happening. I was like, I loved Carly this week.
Those scenes with Carly and Sonny talking about that, like, we made this, I got a little teary-eyed actually.
Yeah,
it was like they really did confess like their sins, so to speak, and now they see it in Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, while I don't agree with the whole lying about it, I could see that Sonny, the reason that it wasn't so much that he didn't trust Carly, it's just that he didn't want to put Carly in the situation where she would have to lie to the boys, because she couldn't rely on the boys being so trustworthy with that information, especially Morgan. So I guess Sonny was just like, all right, I don't even want to put her in that situation, so that's the reason I don't want to tell her. Not necessarily the smartest move, but I mean, there was at least a justification for why he did it.
The thing is that I just don't understand how the boys found out if they weren't at the wedding.
I think we just saw a lot of stuff that happened off camera.
Yeah.
Are you trying to pull that one back on me?
No. He just Sonny ran, then left to the hospital.
Yeah, so it's like, Morgan. Remember, Morgan didn't know. That was the whole thing. And he asked Michael, well, "How long did you know?" And it goes.
But how did he know?
I don't know.
Because they weren't there when he got up.
Also, Gail says, I saw on Twitter where Maurice tweeted about really hitting the guy who played Dixon by accident. Oh, that's funny. I guess you're in the moment. I guess, and there you go.
And we do learn everybody's, as soon as they have the tables turned on them and somebody else has the gun, the standard move, both for him, Morgan, and Dixon, we're just like, laying on the ground, no.
Yes.
My man saved the day.
He did. He got up and he because he was going to snatch his daughter. He was like,
I was literally like, yes!
I know you were. Hashtag Ladine Corinthos. I knew you were.
I was like, that's my sonny right there.
He did. And it was like, he did. He saved him. He saved the day. And so, Julexis is married.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm about to say, at the end, they're married.
So what happens now? Because they're married. Because Ava, it came out during the hostage situation that she has something to do with this too.
Whoa, yep.
But she was like, my daughter Kiki first. She found out when Carly told her that Kiki was not. I was like, that was a kind of tough moment too. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I gotta go. Sorry. And when she slapped Paul, was like, talk to me later.
Yeah, because I love how Carly and Ava put aside their differences in just that brief moment, because it was just like, Kiki's been shot and Carly cares, and you saw this actual moment between the two of them, which you never see.
And Olivia and Ava too.
Yeah,
and she said, you were kind of brave today. Blah blah. She's like, oh, okay. It was a nice moment, I guess.
But yeah, the slapping Paul, that was
You guys are okay. And so basically they're married. Dixon's in custody now, so I guess that storyline's over. I guess.
I don't know. I was like, he was giving too much information as well. When he was holding him hostage about Ava and Paul, and I was like, you giving a whole lot of information right now.
He was giving it. He was ratting
Thanks for the backstory for everybody that missed GH.
Right.
You was caught up in that moment.
Yeah, he was ratting at everybody. He was like, and that leads to Lulu throwing overboard. Basically, Rod was like, I had nothing to do with you anymore, bitch, bye. And he just threw her over the water with a thing on her mouth.
Oh,
That's the longest sequence, wasn't it?
Terrible. That was, for one, has it been established somewhere that Lulu doesn't know how to swim? Because that's ridiculous.
Someone asked in the chat room, too. I'm not sure either.
Because there should be no reason that she couldn't have just got up and just swam back into the boat or to the dock.
Right.
The fact that she was just struggling that whole time was ridiculous.
She was able to come up and then go back down and then... They got to create a drama effect somewhere.
And it is February in New York, so the water's got to be ice cold.
Oh, no, I'm sure it's
So,
freezing.
it's I could kind of see it a little bit, but when she's struggling at the end. But in the beginning, shouldn't you have been treading water?
I mean, if you're going to try to say something like that, maybe he hits her on the back of the head, stuns her a little bit, something like that, so she doesn't have her full faculties as she goes in. But
for her to just go in and then just...
oh.
She was gone.
She had her flashbacks of her and
me in
Dante.
some water. I can't swim, but I was sure trying to make my way to the top.
Yeah,
But she was dead before she even hit the water.
Well, she did, think of Dante and Rocco.
It could have been dragged out anymore with Dante going in and out of the boat. Look,
I know you're here.
I thought they were different areas of the boat.
He did, I know.
All right.
I got your purse now. I'm calling you on the phone. Where are you?
So I think that was deployed to basically bring them back together.
But then they don't. They're like, I gotta go to Windermere for a while
With the boys, yeah. She's like,
Blah.
yeah. Frank is done.
I thought she was going to say, yes, I'll come
Me
back
too.
home.
No.
Great.
So 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
I
Well, because we still have
know.
6 more steps in that magazine we got to get through.
Oh, no, that's right. He goes 1 through 10. Yes, that's right.
Ugh.
Yes, Cheryl agrees. It would have been more believable if her hands and feet were tied still.
Yes.
Right. It's her mouth.
No, that was fine. It wasn't just because especially when she came back up, oh, good, they're not going to drag this out. She's fine. She ripped the tape off. She's going to swim back to the boat. And then, she just stays there and just keeps sinking. Wow, Lulu, swim, Lulu.
Right.
Move your arms.
Yes.
And, like I said, like you pointed out, I almost forgot about this. Raj is out there somewhere.
Yeah.
He got away. He was like, oh, I don't do here. He's like, bye. And he left. So he's out, sees somebody, he's like, bye, girl. I throw you in the water, and I got to find a place to hide. Because the place is going to kill him. Everything went wrong. Everything went wrong. That's all he's going to do. And who's that guy who plays Raj anyway? Anybody know who he is? I was trying to find him on Twitter to see who he was. I don't know who plays
He
him.
looked really familiar.
He looks familiar, and I don't know where I've seen him from. So Cheryl's like, Frank, she does not want to sleep in that bed where he slept with her cousin.
Get a new bed. Get a new place to live. Just do something.
Yeah, they've lived in that apartment
Wait,
forever. You can't get a
wait.
new.
I wouldn't even
agree,
say that. Because
Yeah.
didn't she go back to the apartment with the red dress on? And
She
about
did,
to,
and then when they got in
know?
the sex bed, she couldn't do it. And so I agree, Cheryl. Get a new bed or get a new place.
And Kimberly Howard's like, Frank is on tonight.
Yeah.
That's right. So they're working it out. Usually it's the ladies over here. They're always like looking at them. But yeah, basically, usually it's them.
That's right.
Not nuts. And then so basically, someone loves Lulu. Lulu was life. Okay. Well, Lulu got saved. Basically, I mean, he did save her. He did find her, brought her to the hospital. Miss Laura comes in. They're all talking. So, like we said, she decided not to move in with him. Not yet. So I guess we'll see what happens with that one.
I did enjoy the Laura eating from the snack machine.
The hugest Snickers on earth.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was so. I love that moment. It was just so real.
it was real. It was real. I could not stop laughing. I was like, oh, that's the bit.
She is really eating that Snicker right now.
She is totally eating that Snicker right now.
Jeannie was hungry too.
Hi, Jeannie.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was totally eating that Snickers. So I was like, Felicity Gutierrez, I know my Spanish, says, Frank, you are the best. I agree with you about Lulu.
Oh, thank you so much. All right.
I love it. So Frank got some action tonight.
Yeah, all right.
Action.
And now Allison Christensen says Frank is throwing shade tonight.
A lot of it.
As we said on the last show, because Tony was throwing me shade, we called it Shady Sunday.
Oh.
He was throwing me shade on my last show. So it's continuing today. The thing. So she's saved. She's safe. She'll be fine. Because everybody went to General Hospital. Like everybody went there at some point. Everybody was
Right.
like, Morgan, they're all going there.
I love this week. This week was good.
Okay. So that leads to Kiki brings Ava and Franco closer together. Like, who saw that coming?
Right.
Well, I mean, Franco does love Kiki
He does.
like his daughter, so I felt like it was really appropriate for him to be the one there. But you never really saw. Nina seemed a little jealous at
A little
first,
bit,
but
but
then
she's-
of course, as soon as she came in, Franco went running over there, and I think
Yeah.
it put her at ease. But
Yes.
yeah, I liked that Franco was there because I mean, he's pretty much like her dad.
Yeah, he is. I mean, it's just funny that they were kind of hugging and stuff. I'm
Right,
like,
right.
interesting. Like, where did that come from?
Because you don't really see much of those two
No, not
at
that.
all.
No, they were usually just like sniping remarks to each other. Meanwhile, Morgan was having that meltdown. And I should say, Brian Craig does deserve Emmy nomination.
No,
everything.
seriously, this week I was like, he is a genius.
He was so good. He's like, nope. He's
He's
like,
such
nope.
a great. He is a great actor.
And no offense to his acting abilities at all. Just the storyline was just
The
ridiculous.
storyline, but you know,
I didn't need any more of those scenes, like where he's just like, just railing against everybody. Yeah, I need to get back to Kiki. I'm like, oh, please.
just being given like those imaginary circumstances on paper, and then you have to bring that to life. I think he did a wonderful job.
See, folks out there, we do appreciate the actors.
No,
Yes.
seriously.
We do.
Well, and to me, it's obvious that Brian did his research on bipolar disorder because he is, textbook bipolar, acting as Morgan here. And, as somebody who knows what that's like, it was just, I was so proud to see somebody actually portray it well. Because even with Maurice Bernard, who, if you guys watched Dr. Oz this week, has bipolar disorder himself,
Yeah.
just like Sonny.
Yeah.
This storyline's way better than when even he did it because Emily was involved, and that was just gross, and it really took away from it. But yeah, to me, I'm like, I'm loving this. They're finally getting it right, and I think Maurice has a lot to do with that.
Now, I have to make it. Well, we're going to blend into another one of our tidbits, but I will bring it in now. It's appropriate. Ooh, here. Andre came in there and was like, Jordan, no, this is my patient, and the look on her face was like.
Oh no,
No
he didn't.
MFer.
Yeah.
You don't come up in my station and like declare
Trying
what
to
you
run
do.
things
Yeah.
over here.
I loved it though. It was good.
I
was
know,
like,
it was a little catty.
It was. I was like, I like that, but he was like, this is my patient. He just busted up in, this is my patient. This is what we need to do. But he did kind of say it, I'm not trying to take over your space.
Yeah.
He was trying to be respectful, but he was like looking out for his patient. And I thought that was great they included him in this part of the storyline.
Right.
Well, and to me, it was so great how he advocated for his patient because you don't usually see that. And then especially, because obviously Morgan was suicidal. So yeah, being in that jail cell, he didn't need, and it was good that Michael was also a part of it too, since he loves Morgan more than anyone. It's just the two of them is who he needed.
Right.
You know what he didn't need though was that dumb nurse. Who come on with that story?
I'm
was
agreeing with you, Frank, right now.
Her name is Kelsey.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
get along,
girl,
Kelsey. Get along.
Get out the room.
First of all, that was the biggest fro since the Jackson 5. I was like, I'm all for a natural. I was like, that is a huge fro, first of all. But when she just like lets him sweet talk her.
Yeah, you're working in a
He
hospital
got
where
me for a little bit too.
Oh, look
You know
at
what?
No. Sure.
Look at you.
Come on. As a nurse, you got to realize that everybody that you see in restraints is going to do anything they can to get out of those restraints. You got to know that, and you just can't do that. Just boom, let them go. Yeah, they're stuck there.
I'm a former nurse, and if that was Donnell Turner, I'm like, sure, whatever you want.
Oh, come on.
Go roam the streets, whatever you
Gotta
want
be
to do.
stronger than that, James.
I can't.
Gotta be stronger than that.
I can't. I'll be like, sure, just go roam the streets. What I gotta do?
You wouldn't just take advantage of him, kind of?
But that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. It's a whole other show.
AfterBuzz, after dark.
After dark.
I was just thinking that.
Yes. But no, it was that part was like but that's kind of soapy, of course. They needed him to get out the room so that Franco can and they would tell you, get away from me and stay away, and he could hear how bad he is from them and.
Oh, yeah, because we didn't have enough of those scenes. Man, it's just like, as I said, I appreciate the acting, but man, I wish the writers would have just a little more economy of scenes.
Yeah.
Because they drug some of these out so long where it just got, please.
I don't think so. I felt like they were at the right pace.
Okay.
I did.
Good. Okay, no, I like that.
Frank, don't throw no shade at me.
I know.
Shady Sunday.
I am the queen of petty.
I know. I will
Let
not
me
throw
drink
shade
my
on somebody
drink.
that's looking this
Hey,
good
he
right
gave
here.
you a compliment earlier this week on your Facebook. And Rook King says, Ladine with her hair switches gives me chills every Sunday.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that.
That's right. So anyway, so I thought that was this whole scene with him about to jump off the building, the roof, and you have Michael, you have Andre, and then you bring Sonny in. I thought that was a cool scene. I thought it was a good scene.
Yep. Yep. There's part of it that's like, would GH just go that dark and have him really just jump and then just deal with the ramifications of that? Oh my God. No offense to Brian Craig, because you're really talented, but boy, there's part of me just like, man, that'd be for sure. Then that storyline would be done, and that'd be great.
Oh, they're like, James, the biggest fro was Ladine's a couple weeks ago. Dang, you did some big hair a couple weeks ago. You did have some big hair a couple weeks ago. Guess Fruit King, I guess you're right on that one. I like a good fro, trust me, I like a good fro. I do. But yeah, so basically, Kiki might be, well, they didn't say it. I mean, because Ava kind of said it, will she be paralyzed? Because the bullet was in her spine. But
I would love if something was wrong.
Yeah, but I hope not paralyzed because we've already gone through something similar to that with Sunny. So it's like to repeat like that same thing would be like, all right. Some other malady would be great.
Yeah, and that was my thing too. Is I don't want the paralysis. Yeah, because we just got Sunny to stand up. Do we really need Kiki? But I did want there to be some sort of consequence because, as you see, Ava's finally taken responsibility for her part in this, and And so it'd be good to see something, but yeah, just not another spinal cord injury.
I don't know. Do you think Ava really took responsibility for her part of it? Because all she did is she got with Paul to make sure she got like a deal that hey, she's got she's got immunity for this. So I feel like Ava's not really saying, all right. She acknowledges that like, hey, this is all because of me and what I didn't accept responsibility and going to prison and doing my prison term and doing all this, but she's still.
But I like that scene, though. I like that she talked about that. She was like, I didn't pay for any. Connie was innocent. I actually liked the comparison for a second. And she was like, Connie was innocent too, and I just killed her like it was nothing.
Yeah, because to me, that's the scene that really got me, was her talking about, the parallels between Connie and Kiki. And she's like, this is all because of me, because I shot Connie. I let all this in motion. So to me, that is taking responsibility. But yeah, she doesn't want to go back to prison. She's a single mom with 2 kids. God.
But I thought of you, Creaser, of course, that it was your girl.
Yeah.
I thought like she's actually fessing up to some kind of this week they were all taking, the parents were taking responsibility this week.
Yeah, which never happens.
I know, but I'll tell you, as a real life parent myself, and you're a parent yourself, but you're newer than I am. It's hard sometimes to take responsibility for things. Sometimes as a parent, we know being a parent isn't perfect.
Yeah, y'all try to be right all the time.
Look at this, spoke like a true.
I don't really like that.
Spoke like a true brat. Yes, exactly. No, just kidding. And her mom's beautiful. I'm just picturing she's beautiful. But just it's always hard to take. It's hard to look at yourself as a parent sometimes, and when your kids are, especially when they're might have grown, when they look at you in certain ways, like, oh, okay, I did do that. Sure, I did it. All right, yeah, I did it. But yeah, it's kind of hard. So I can relate to that, of course. And then, well, that's onto my section. Oh, yes. Yes, okay, so that's a good time to do this. So, folks, to have these shows, sometimes we have good sponsorship. And one of our sponsors this week is Blue Apron. I don't know if you've heard of Blue Apron. Actually, I saw it on Facebook the other day. It was an actual ad for it. It was an actual ad for Blue Apron. You need to know how to cook, right? So not only do you need to feel like you know your way around the kitchen, but cooking at home means eating healthier, which is very true, and saving money, obviously, instead of ordering expensive takeout again and again. But where do you start? Kids, Blue Apron has you covered. It does. They do. For less than $10 per meal, Blue Apron delivers all the fresh ingredients you can create home-cooked meals. Just follow. They have easy step-by-step instructions, so it's really nice. Each meal can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. Okay. For those of us who are really busy out there. There are no overwhelming trips to the grocery store, and no more that sad takeout. I don't know, it's so sad. I don't know about that, but sad takeout. So no matter your dietary preference, Blue Apron makes it a breeze to discover and prepare dishes like. Let me read you a couple of dishes that actually sound good to me. They have one. It's a adobo style chicken with bok choy and jasmine rice. That sounds so good. They also have a spiced chicken pitas with yogurt sauce and roasted potato wedges. Ooh, I can do that one. And then this one sounds good. Pinto bean and poblano chilies with all the fixins. Not fixings, fixins.
That's how my people talk.
Exactly. That's how they talk. So, but they have a bunch of great meals. You cook the ingredients that you actually may cook with the ingredients you've never used before, like watermelon radishes, which I've never seen, farro, and purple potatoes, which I use all the time. I love purple potatoes. And the recipes are between 500 and 700 calories. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Per portion. Delicious and good for you. That's right. So right now, you get your first 2 meals free. Nothing ever ain't free. So these are free at blueapron.com. Yes, that is blueapron.com/podcast. That's blueapron.com/podcast. And Blue Apron is a better way to cook. Hey. So there, kids. Well, it's good to me. I should maybe look at some of their dishes. Like some of the stuff
I was
sounds
about to
good.
say, I like the word free.
Yeah, that's like that works. Then we get you in there. So that's like, but that's what gets
That
some good food
word
there.
warms my heart.
We're all trying to make it here in Hollywood.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
Could we just take a moment to talk about the Paul press conference there at the ATF when he put on his
Well,
is that next one?
That's the next week. No, it's about right now. It's about right now because that's the whole thing about the whole kind of the foursome of like Paul and threesome of Paul and Anna and Jordan. That whole little dance they're all doing, and Paul pulls that press conference in the ATF jacket. What made me laugh. So what did it do for you?
What I loved Jordan coming into the background of that, just like. Huh.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Hold on a second.
I love it. I mean, Jordan made a good point. Jordan was like on top of Paul, just like you seem to fail to tell me stuff.
Right. See, I don't like her when she's with Maddox. You know, her little character she got going on when it's them, but her storyline with Paul
and Anna.
And Anna, I'm loving her.
Me too.
She's like a hound dog.
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked that, Jordan was involved here finally because I like that she even called Anna out. When were you going to tell me all this was going on? I thought we were friends. And plus, I'm the police commissioner. And that's the thing is Jordan doesn't back down. I like that.
They had tears in their eyes when Anna and Jordan were talking. When she said, every friendship has limits, even ours. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, but I feel like they still Anna's not been above board with Jordan about this whole thing. She's still she's still keeping just like little bits of it secret, only because maybe she doesn't want to compromise Jordan.
Yeah, she's trying to figure it out.
But I mean, I think she'd get a lot more further if she had Jordan on her side and confided in her.
That's true, but I also think that Anna is still she's trying to find Carlos. That's her main. She wants to avenge Duke.
Right.
That's her main thing. But she brought up a good point. You take down Paul right now, you're taking down me.
Yeah, I like that. She told her.
Yeah, she told her everything. She finally did tell her kind of what was going on. Jordan was a little pissed, which she should be. They're friends, they should be. Right. There's such a strong female friendship that was born out of, Jordan lying and that whole, and then she figured it all out.
Yeah, but why not just say to Jordan, like, they tricked me into thinking that I killed Carlos. So I thought Carlos...
That's true, she could have said that.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what happened. So she's not lying about that. No. So everybody thinks Carlos is dead. She was tricked into thinking that she had killed him. He's still alive. They got to find her. So why not just find him? So why not just tell her that? She's still always kind of skirting around all that.
Yeah, but I agree with people on here. Is Paul good? Is he not good? Is he good? Is he not good? I'm kind of confused too at this point. So
he's a dirtbag.
He's a dirtbag. He's a dirtbag. Well, so you're like
sexy dirtbag though, right?
Oh, yeah, but you feel like he's bad, but he's doing some of this other stuff, but he's still underlining.
He's dirty.
Okay, I can go with that.
I feel like he wouldn't have given Ava that immunity deal if Kiki hadn't been hurt. Because I feel like that's how he's. I mean, because how he feels about children and stuff. So I feel like
Jordan was pissed too. Jordan was like, "Look what I got," and he's like, "That's nice, tear it up," and he's like, "Look what I got," and she was like,
that scene when he's just like,
She's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Full immunity because she's been helping the ATF," and she was. And I know Jordan wanted to cuss. If they could cuss on daytime TV, she would have called him every name in the book, and she couldn't. And she's pissed. She's pissed at Anna and she's pissed at everybody because she's like, I'm the police commissioner.
Yeah.
I'm the head bitch in charge. Why ain't nobody telling me stuff?
Yeah, I mean, if Anna has enough time to go over to Sonny's place and run around circles with Carly and Michael on the phone there, why not just take a second? Hey, Jordan, guess what's happening right now? Super fast. Just be aware.
Yes, I agree. I agree with Sarah C. Hopefully now Jordan and Anna will come together to really take down Paul or take down whatever's going on. I guess I'm confused on this stuff.
Right. I mean, I just feel until Anna at least confides in her about everything. Yeah. I think they're just going to be getting in each other's ways or trying to get Paul.
I agree.
They'd work better if they both knew all the information so they could work together.
I agree. Now we're going to you delayed my next subject, but it's fine. It's a short one. Hayden, Curtis, Laura, and Nicholas. There were two different conversations going on that. I love that. Hayden was getting some air or whatever, and there was my man, Curtis, standing right there, this leather jacket, and I'm drinking a coffee.
Yeah, everybody just can get in that crime scene. Everybody's just coming in.
It's like a museum. I'm like, come on, take a look. Take a look at it.
It's Port Charles. Isn't everywhere a crime scene?
You
just get
with
used
the
to
blood
it.
on the ground and the cone. I was just like, all right, okay.
Well, one second. They were putting two names together, and they're calling him Jordana. for Jordan and Anna. I like that, Jordan and Anna. I like that. Kendra John, who started that, but I see you put it on there. I like that. We said that we had Donnell on last week, of course, as you know, and he talked about that he was not done with Hayden. We know he's not done. So it's kind of fun that they had a scene together. They had scenes together this week.
But it's just also like curious how he runs into her like, hey, there's this crime scene. Maybe I'll just wander through. Oh, hey, look, it's
Both
Hayden.
of them just wandered.
Yeah.
Just happened to be there.
Well, I like that he called her out. Is being a princess more important to you than your life? Because this guy shot you in the head. I
Totally did. Well, he figured it out.
Right.
He figured it. He's like,
in like 2 seconds.
he did. He's like, wait a minute. She's the one who tried to have you killed. Like, he knows. He's like, keep my phone number just in case you need a bodyguard or something.
Well, and I like those two together. I think
There.
she has way more chemistry with Curtis than Nicholas. And plus, Curtis didn't try to kill her.
Yeah, Allison Christensen says, Hayden and Curtis are so cute. I love their scenes so much. I totally agree. They're so good that Rebecca Budig and him have such chemistry.
They do.
They do. Because they can talk to each other however they want. That's the point. They can talk to each other however they want, and it's like real talk with them. It makes Hayden more real too. Because when you saw the episode 1 where she opened up in bed, and I did say this once when I had good thread count sheets, she was like, I don't stay in bed. Actually, I wrote down, I just can't get over this. These higher thread count sheets. I was like, I totally understand, girl. Once I stopped shopping at Big Lots for my sheets, and I went to a real store like Anna's Linen or some shit like that, some stuff like that. Did I say that? Oopsie. I had some champagne earlier, and I got like 700 thread count, I think, or 800. I was like, oh, I'm laying on a cloud. I was like, I will never get out of bed for the rest of my life. And then I went to the Concierge collection. Great collection. It's a little expensive, a little pricey, but I got a pillow top mattress cover.
I'll see you later.
I sleep like 10 babies on that bed every night. Trust and believe. So
I'm wondering, like, the whole thing with Hayden, like, because she admits to Curtis, like, oh, I'm having feelings for Nicholas, but like, come on, the guy ordered you to get shot in the head. Like,
yes.
I can't see how you could ever not.
She has a plan, though. Apparently,
She's
She
got
has
a
a
plan,
plan.
but come on.
I know.
But you could obviously tell that the plan is kind of being, put to the back burner a little bit.
Curtis did say, wait a minute, don't tell me you think you're in love with him.
Right. And I think the moment Hayden backs down, you see Nicholas already trying to get it on her. So
Yes.
she's trying to take the back seat, but Nicholas is already...
He's on it. He's on the case.
He's a little bit past her.
And he's telling Mama, you need to stay out of this, lady, because I know what I'm doing. And Laura's like, eating that Snickers. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Eating that Snickers. I don't know, kids.
Mama gonna be ready to say, I told you so.
Oh,
Yeah.
she is.
Oh, Laura, I can't wait for Laura to tell Nicholas I told you so.
Yeah.
Because he is her favorite, and we all know.
Yes.
But, yeah, she's still been throwing her mama shade all around.
He's got a big I told you so coming for all.
Oh, yeah, easily.
God.
Easily. But Hayden claims she got something. He will know when I'm ready for him to know. So I was like, alrighty. And meanwhile, Sean's in jail, and he didn't really do it. Yeah. Because of Curtis.
I need to know when Sean getting out. That's what I need to know.
They need some Sean Ashmore back on the show. He needs to be on the show. He's such a good actor.
I don't know why Curtis isn't all over Hayden by that. It's like, my buddy is in prison right now. Just please do something about it so we can get him out.
Someone brought that up in the chat room, actually. I know. It's like, why won't... I mean, that's his friend. I mean, they're all part of the same team back in the day. I mean, like, I don't know. So that's kind of... It's just... I'm just happy to see my man on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Jocelyn returns.
Yeah.
Yes, and didn't you think it was weird that she called Sonny Uncle Sonny?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, how does that work? I mean, Carly and Sonny have been married for, let's say probably half her life because she was married to Jax the other half.
Yes.
But it's just like, you would call him stepdad or just
Right.
Sonny,
Just
but
Sonny.
Uncle Sonny,
Uncle
I mean,
Sonny was weird.
Molly calling him that makes sense, but that doesn't make sense for her.
Yeah, folks on chat room, tell me, does it seem weird that she calls him Uncle Sonny? It was kind of weird, I guess. But she was back, and she was like, I know he's a mobster. So there.
Yeah, I figure somebody at Jocelyn's age, I mean, certainly, people at school or anything is going to be talking about.
Well, she wanted him to come to school for career day.
Career day.
How to be a mobster, guys.
Connie's like, no, little girl, we're not bringing he ain't coming to your career day.
Yeah, it was bad enough when my dad worked at a strip club. I can't imagine, your dad being a mobster.
Right, like, now Cheryl says she's always called him Uncle Sonny. That's something I guess I've forgotten.
Yeah, that just seems weird.
Yeah, I never read that. Okay, well, thanks, Cheryl. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it myself. Even though I missed the other actress who played Jocelyn. She was really good.
Yeah, that little girl was
amazing. Into the corn stuff, she was really good.
What are you saying about the new one?
No, nothing so far. I mean, I've only seen her once or twice.
Yeah, just like twice that I can
Yeah,
think
so far.
of. Yeah.
So I'm really interested because she's a legacy character. We need her to get more in the mix.
Right.
So we need. I want to see more Jocelyn. She's the daughter of Jax and Carly. I want to see some more out of her.
I want to see Jax back. They've mentioned him several times. It's like, does this mean he's coming back, or are they just being mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the way they've aged her now, I still don't think she's old enough to really. I don't know any other characters around her age that she could be interacting with.
Right.
I can't think of any. I mean, because she's too old for Liz's kids.
Right. She's older than Cameron.
Too young for any of for Molly or anybody like that to be hanging out with those guys.
I'm a dick one. I thought she always knew he was a mobster, and she's like, I knew we had to have this talk someday. I'm like, I thought that she kind of knew, but I guess whatever. So I was happy to see her back. I was like, Jocelyn's back, and they brought her in. And she's the one who found the gun box later on. It was like, this was on the floor in your room, Mom. I don't know what happened. And so that was kind of, yeah. Oh, the other one was so cute. Yeah, man, the other one was cute. She was like chilling the corn. She had that blonde hair. Dr. Obrecht returns, and Nathan says no.
I was glad to see Kathleen Gaudier because I love Dr. Obrecht, and she's like Rosalie and Brad, very busy, so she can't be on the show. And it's just so sad because her character is so funny, and she has family like Nina and Nathan. And she's annoying.
Alrighty.
That's all I had of her. I was like...
Alrighty, kids. So she comes back, of course, and Nina pays money to get a guard so he can't leave the room. I love that she still calls him Jay for James. I had to write this down. It was one of my quotes of the week, but I didn't pick this one. But I just love it. She was like, James, Nathan, Reeves, Obrecht, whatever your name. We gotta look at your name. Like, it was so funny. It's like, what is his name really? I mean, like, he has so many different names.
And he's got some little secret. Maybe that ties into the
Castelline thing.
Yes.
Because remember, we still think he's Victor Castelline's son, but only like Nicholas kind of knows that. No one else really knows that. Really.
Well, remember,
right?
Didn't Helena disprove that they said that Ulbrich picked Victor, but because it's someone worse than Victor, and
right?
that was the thing.
No
one really confirmed it.
Yeah, no one confirmed it. No, she did say, but no one confirmed it, so we don't know. People like free Maxie, so people don't like Nate. They like you, girl. They don't like them together.
Well, to me, honestly, Nathan was better this week than he has been. He actually had some stuff to do, but yeah, I mean, it is the thing is I think Maxie is better with Dylan or Spinelli. I think Nathan. You know, he needs a little bit more life, some different story. Like the Who's His Dad would really be good for him.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, I can understand his reasons for not wanting to get engaged to Maxie at that point, right there. It's an emotional situation.
Well, yeah,
we
just talked about that. Like, she said no, so why does she want to propose now?
Well, I guess she sees him shot. Oh, life is fleeting. I should do this, but no, it's like you don't want to get engaged into those emotionally charged situations.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yes. A side note: your Brooklyn Sizer is coming back on GH. Lemon Grace makes me very happy. It's just coming back. Just so I see that, and I'm like, yes, that is coming back. But basically, Nathan's like, you didn't want to get married. When I asked you to get married to me, like back a while, you were like shaking your boots, and so now all of a sudden you went. So he was calm. He talked about. He made it. He was rational about it. I think.
Yeah, and when I propose to you, when I get on my knee to propose to you, yeah, it'll be great. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So that's what that one's going on. So we'll see what's going on there. But of course, like we said, we see the previews for Monday, and he's like some name. So something's going on there. Then we have the awkward Shriners Hospital. I love that they're doing this, of course, but it's always so awkward when they try to do it. It's like they need to blend it a little better. But I do like the message, of course, of what Shriners Hospital does. But the major part of that whole scene was Monica and Liz.
Man, yeah, because for some reason it had been so long since after that Jason reveal of who he really was that I thought they kind of just like blew by that off camera, but it was nice to see that no, Monica's been holding on to that resentment for a long time, which makes sense. I mean, that's her son. Yeah,
but Monica wasn't self-righteous because Homegirl done a lot in her past too.
Yeah.
So,
what did Tracy say at the ball earlier? I liked you better when you were an unrepentant slut. I love that.
Yes. Lots of history in there.
And yeah, that is the thing is Monica just being Jason's mom and Jake's grandma. She does have a little bit of leeway, but it is still just like everyone in GH. Pot, kettle, you're all bad, right?
Yes.
I mean, except maybe Molly.
Except for Molly. Yeah, Molly's
Yeah.
fine. She's a woman now, so
Yeah.
she can have champagne. I'm a woman now too. I can have champagne. Like awkward. I'm like, if my daughter said it to me, I'm like, go to your room. Go to your room.
That's my favorite word. Sit down.
Sit down. Sit down. Have several seats. Yes, exactly. Kind of weird. But I mean, I liked that she was like, she didn't throw stones. She was like, okay, I should forgive you. But she said you're a good mother. I don't know about all that. But she did kind of forgive her. It was like, we're gonna move forward. It's like just need to move forward at this point. Yeah. She loves Jake.
I mean, I guess she's a good mother once you get over your weird Jason or deception. Right? Once you get rid of that obsession, then yeah, you're a good mom.
Well, I think when it finally clicked, that she was putting Jason over her kids with that picture, that was to me the turning point for Liz. I mean, and she's been so much better since that. Because, it's just her obsession with Jason is just
outrageous.
Sick. I mean, it's just like, seriously, you have, 3 beautiful kids. Focus on them.
Is Lacretia defending Liz?
Yeah, no, I was like, wait, what?
The world's upside down. It's Oscar night. It's crazy. There are no blacks nominated. So Lucretia's like just turning other ways. No, but I agree.
Like she's been better.
Yeah, she's been better. She actually, you guys always we talk crap about Liz, but no, she actually is doing better. She's doing a little better now, and they haven't really had her so obsessive.
Yeah.
So I think that actually does help. So, and Monica, I agree with you, Nisi. Monica was being realistic. Would be realistic. She was kind of like, okay. And then of course, my favorite part of the week, which just made me laugh, the shirtless doctor and Carly and Anna.
I was like, is she gonna take a look? Or,
I know. I was like, that scene was very powerful to me. Actually, it was a very good scene with her washing her hands and her and Carly kind of just zoning out with everything. It's just kind of everything is all this stuff. The weight of everything happening with Morgan and Sonny and everybody as she burned her hands.
Well, see, I loved that scene because it so reminded me of Lady Macbeth.
Yes.
And it was just like Laura was killing it. Mm-hmm. And then the gratuitous nudity did kind of throw off the powerful, ness, but it was just like, Matt Cohen's a pretty attractive guy.
Oh no, he's working. That's my buddy Edition Days. That's his friend. It's just so funny. It was like he was wearing no shirt, and it was just like, I'll help you wrap up your hands, and you can't put a shirt on while you do this.
Yeah, it was just a little awkward.
No. Because he was getting ready to take a shower, and then he got so tied up with wrapping up the hands, I can't take a shower now. I gotta go back.
Like, do they all have just one bathroom?
I guess so.
I was like,
yeah, I have to. I mean, certainly they're playing off the scene where Carly feels really betrayed by Sonny, but I don't know. Maybe it just it didn't sell enough for me in all the scenes leading up to this with him kind of hanging out with Epiphany or hanging out with the doctor. But I didn't feel it was that big of a ramp up, so that when she sees Sonny really standing, that it felt like such a huge betrayal that they wanted it to feel like in the show.
Yes.
I didn't feel like it had earned that for this is an epic betrayal. It just didn't have that kind of setup.
I agree. I think that their scene could have been a little more powerful in another realm of the hospital with his shirt on, and it could have been more like, I know you played a part in this, and he could have kind of went off on that, but it was a small part because he didn't really play a big part. I mean, she kind of acknowledged that, but it was kind of like, was it me? Did I see chemistry between them two?
Oh yeah, I'm kind of thinking that they're testing the two of them.
They better not.
I saw chemistry. I saw chemistry, kids.
Because I'm thinking like,
they better not.
I think we've only seen maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 scenes with Sonny kind of talking to people or trying to attempt to stand up either with Epiphany or by himself or talking with the doctor about it. So I think maybe 4, maybe 5 scenes about it. So I didn't feel like it built up enough.
For him to have that grand moment of getting out of there.
Or not, but just for Carly to feel so betrayed. Because it didn't seem like it was like, I guess I'm not really...
Backstory.
I guess. But then at least we get to see that doctor, but finally we find out who's that creepy person following Anna around.
So, folks,
whoa,
there's things going on. There's a million things going around on the internet of who he is.
Oh, and what's the hubbub?
Right.
What's some of the hot goss?
That he is her son.
Interesting.
She had some miscarriages and things back in the past.
With Duke. That's what everybody's hoping. But
because, the thing is, on All My Children, I did a storyline where it's very famous. Erica Kane had an abortion back in the 70s where it was not, it was not big, it was not a big thing. Well, there was a kid that was actually, she was raped when she had Kendall, but this was one where it was Josh was her son. He was killed, but then he was brought on in the 2000s. They called him the abortion baby. I
called him the unaborted fetus.
Unaborted fetus.
And Colin Egglesfield's so hot.
Oh, yeah,
that's all I can think about.
But it was a major bone of contention. Also on Days of Our Lives, Billy and Bo had a daughter named Georgia, and they buried her, and years later Chelsea comes. So it's kind of like it was kind of weird. So with Anna, also on All My Children, she lost a child with Leo.
Yeah.
Not Leo, with David.
David Hayward, yeah.
Yeah, so she had some kids she lost. That was Leora, of course. But
yes.
she did lose some kids. So they're thinking he might be that, or he might be a Cassadine. I've heard that.
Yeah, but why would he be obsessed with Anna?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, at least playing it in as maybe like the son of her and Duke. At least that would give some piece of Duke back into her life, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, and I think that really needs to be resolved because her mission with Carlos and Julian and this whole working with Paul is because she's just still focused on Duke's death, and I think if he were to be Duke's son, even with her or not, I think that would be really good for Anna's story, even though I just wish that her and David Hayward had a boy so it could be him. Because he does look like Vincent Irizarry, and then we could get David Hayward on our show.
Well, right now, Vincent Irizarry's on Days.
Days, yeah. Yeah, because I saw him at the 40.
Yeah, he's playing Deimos. Yeah. Kyriakis. Now, someone wishes it was Robert and Anna's kid.
They already have one.
Well, have a second.
And she's the best.
I know, we love Robin. So, I don't know. So, it's we actually see, now we know who's following, and he just kind of he was staring at her, staring at looking at the kid. It was all everybody staring at Anna, at Ava, looking at Kiki. Right. We were all kind of staring at each other. Yes, AMC references. Yes, we do our soaps. And I believe that was the week that was. It was a lot. Did I miss anything? I think we're good. I think we got just about everything in there. I'm trying to think, is there anything I missed? I think that was pretty good. I think we got it.
But at least I did as I complained about the dum nurse that we did get a thing with Dr. Maddox chewing her out a little bit. We sure did. Got a little. At least they gave us that scene of her getting a little dressing down.
She was like, yeah.
He's so professional on GH. Just like I want to see him.
Yes.
Like how he is.
He's a good actor.
I want to see that part.
We can't see that part. Right? Yes. Okay, I agree with Frank, Anna, and Duke.
Love it. Guys, I'm loving today's episode of the GH Report.
We can't mention David Hayward. That's so funny at Prospect Park. I can mention his name. I don't care. I know what's going on. I can mention it.
Yeah, we can, but on the show, they definitely wouldn't mention him, baby.
Okay, so let's go into our segments. Let's see, we got about 15 minutes. I think it's there. Oops, I actually said the time. I didn't mean to say time. I tried to say time, but let's get to our segments. Let's start with Frank with Get Him to ER staff.
Oh man, all right. And I maybe you guys haven't figured out. I'm not that big of a fan of the Morgan bipolar storyline.
So you're not? Okay.
Holy cow! Please let this be the end of it. Please.
Well, he hit bottom.
Oh, it's one of those like, please. I'd love to just go away for years and then just bring it up again where we gotta do something where Morgan's had storylines that have kind of just where there's nothing for him to do, and then we can bring it up, I guess. But please, I don't want to hear about him balancing medication or getting the proper dosage. Or not being able to get it up in bed anymore. Please, let's just move on. In fact, all the Corinthos boys Frank. Need to get refocused.
I think Ladine Corinthos. She's not having it.
No, Sonny's fine, but we gotta get Dante, we gotta get Michael, we gotta get Morgan. Let's just focus them up and get those Corinthos boys better storylines going on. I don't need people wandering around haunted stars, carrying purses, talking on cell phones. Hit me up when you're free, Lulu. I know you're here.
Oh, he's looking for his wife.
Yeah, and I have to imagine that maybe. It's got to be easier to get a body onto the pier than it is to go climb all the way up the haunted star up to the deck of that. Like, why would you do that?
That was kind of weird.
So that's it, please. Those boys, just better storylines for them.
Alrighty. Now we got Ladine, and and this week you have some chances because there was some love in the afternoon.
There were.
Yeah, there was.
There were.
There were?
And the crazy thing is that
just give her shade to him tonight. You just talk to him
the crazy thing is that I couldn't decide out of Morgan or Sonny.
Oh, okay.
Frank.
Sonny. I pick Sonny any day.
The reason why, I'm going to just do a little bit of both. Yeah. Morgan, because I'm an actress, like that work. His work alone, it just baffles me.
It's good.
It made me want to go look up bipolar disorder.
Oh, wow.
He made me cry twice this week. If I could feel an emotion while watching anything, you got me because I'm very critical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with Sonny,
does annoyance count as an emotion?
No. No. And with Sonny, like this whole wheelchair situation, I feel like it kind of made him a better father to his boys.
Okay.
I feel the relationship has, kind of grown a lot. I love the moment when he was, at the edge with Morgan. I love that he was the one to bring Morgan down because he understands Morgan's position. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So this week I was really in love with the Corinthos this week.
Okay.
Frank.
Yeah.
Okay, me too.
Lady.
But that relationship with his boys, because Sonny, when he wasn't in the wheelchair, it's like it was all about the business. But then he was sat down for a period of time. So now his surroundings, he's able to pay attention a lot more. So those relationships is what,
People are agreeing with you. People are agreeing with you. They're agreeing with both you guys.
You look absolutely.
You know what? No.
But they are agreeing with both of you right now. They're almost equally. They're saying to both of you they agree with things you're saying. Wow, how funny is that? Now we have the winner and loser of the week, Miss Lacretia.
Well, it was actually really hard to pick because unlike Frank, I liked this week. And I did stuff happen. I was like,
can I sit on this side? The three of us kind of feeling this week.
I know he's like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, because like I said, stuff happened. But to me, I mean, we've already said it, time and time again. Carly is my winner of the week because to me, the Lady Macbeth, scene, just the throwing the guns was a little much, but it was just like what happened after. I just really liked how Carly is finally getting that maybe this whole mob boss as a husband and father is not working out, because her kids are suffering. So to me, that's why I picked Carly as the winner. And like I say, the loser is so hard to pick, but I guess it's got to go to Dante because Lulu didn't want to go with him.
Oh, true.
I did kind of I'm starting to feel bad for Dante, and it's like, it's weird.
He's trying, yeah.
He is trying
Yeah.
to get to him.
But with Carly though, I can't. After they built up such a big thing with this time getting married to Sonny, and how this is like this was it. We've grown. We're together. This is nobody's walking away this time. I can't imagine they're going to go a route where they're going to try to fracture them after this point. Even though she's feeling really irritated at this moment. I mean, they've made it such a point of contention. Like this is nobody's walking away. We've been sure from our past times we're doing this. The fifth time's the charm. So for them to do all that build up, then say like, nah, we're walking away now.
They do it every time. I mean, how many times was Erica Kane with Jackson?
Oh yes, I know that's another AMC reference.
I know.
Okay, so now it's time for my quote of the week, and I had two of them, and there's one that's bigger than the other, but the one I thought was really funny was between Andre and Jordan when he busted in and was like, I'm taking over stuff again, and it's funny because Jordan's like, so you should come in here and like just declare what you're gonna do in my place, and Andre says, I loved his reaction, minus the sarcasm. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He said, mine's the sarcasm. And she was like, oh, okay. Now, but the one that really got me this week that I got a little teary-eyed, and that if I ever get married, which I don't want to get married, but if I ever get married and my grown daughters are with me, I would say the same thing. This was Alexis to her daughters. Even though I'm marrying Julian, you will always be my true life partners.
Yeah.
That was
I
so
love
sweet.
that scene.
Yeah.
I can imagine my girls, Tammy and Monica, saying next to me, first saying, why are you getting married? You said you never get married. And then two were like, oh my God, you're my true life partners. That was really cute.
That really was cute.
For the daughters, because they are. That's first.
How do you feel, Frank?
There you go. Let's see what happens when a gun runner breaks into the church there and starts holding everybody hostage.
Yeah, I love it.
That's never happened to you guys?
That's why I don't get married. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's a big excuse.
I want
I'm
gun
afraid of
runners coming in and like stopping things. I do live in Inglewood.
That's right. How can anybody argue?
Now it's time for some news and gossip.
Where's our little...
AfterBuzz
Oh, there it is.
I
I saw her. She's getting there.
Sorry, guys, it wasn't coming up, and I don't know why.
Where's Alexis?
like-
Alexis.
Sorry, I was watching the Oscars.
Bueller.
Also, just dumbstruck by Miss Thang's dress over there.
Okay, so
Dumbfounded? Yeah, whatever.
So pop up that one picture I think I put into the shows thing. But tomorrow at noon, one-on-one, me and Donnell Turner on my other show.
We will be here.
The doors will be guards at the doors. On our sister network, Black Hollywood Live, at noon tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Breaking into, we're going to talk about soap operas, his whole career, his philosophy, and our Sacramento connection. So that's tomorrow at
And
noon.
I promise that I'll make sure James keeps his hands to himself.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
I'm like, that won't happen, girl. You chop them off.
A very clothed photo you shared.
I did. I was very professional this time.
There you go.
I did.
So we'll be here, what, 11:50?
I know you won't be here at all. So I'm like, I don't know why you guys are gonna show up. I will cut bitches. So that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, no, you're not.
You don't play with James's toys.
No, you don't. I don't like sharing. And what's funny is Brittany Sarpy actually commented on Twitter about it. She's like, one-on-one, James. And I was like, yes, girl, you know what's going on. She's going to laugh. We love Brittany. She's great. And then on Friday, on my radio show, I'm going to have Rial Andrews, who I did a breaking interview before. He's actually going to come on my radio show, the SOS show at James Lott Jr. on JournalRadio.com. All three have done my show here. And he's going to come on and he's going to actually talk about time management. He's a success coach. So we're going to do a whole big thing on time management. And that's this Friday. I'll post links on all my social media. And that's at 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, AdrenalineRadio.com. So I'm really excited about that. So I think those are the two things I want to talk about.
So basically just James news.
Yes.
No gossip.
That's all. And
That is correct.
That's it. And I did quit Dishing Days. My last day was tonight, and it was very nice.
Say it like that.
I did. And that's I disrupted the whole show. I know. I kept disrupting the show too. I was like crackling papers and things. I was doing that. Lex was like, "Don't crackle papers." I'm doing it on purpose.
Stop it.
I'm doing it on purpose. I was being bad.
You're being a brat.
I was being a brat. It was great. I am too much yet though. So that's the news of gossip. So. Fortunately, we're out of time, and but in 2 weeks, I will not be here next week. So you'll have these wonderful folks here to hold you through. James Lott Jr. will be sitting in this chair.
Oh, yeah.
Working
It'd
it
be
out.
nice.
It'll be nice.
Be nice. No, because we have some people in the chat room that are very rude and disrespectful. We
Don't
come
worry,
here
Ladine,
every
I got you,
Sunday,
girl.
Yes.
to make this happen. So y'all need to be respectful.
No.
This is not easy at all.
Hey,
Yes.
no, you got Alexis in the booth now. I will be kicking people out.
And we have to, Alexis Torres is back as going to be our engineer on Sundays.
Thank you. I'm only here for the soap opera hour. That is it.
That's it. She's
No
not
more.
here for the soap block. That's all she's here for. So
But yeah,
on
no, if
Sundays.
anybody is out of control, you are out.
I'm
Thank you.
glad
We want
you're
everybody to
here.
have a good time in the chat room while we're here also, and be respectful to each other, because we have such a great time doing this for you guys. And we love that you guys are here with us every week. We have 60 people watching right now. I know the Oscars are on, so we'll take our 60 people, because it's so great you guys joined us, and we're so happy about that. So it'll be great. But on the 13th, Michelle Stafford will be with us. Frank, tell them where you can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. Continue the conversation. Always like to talk about it. And thanks for all the support. Let's bash more about terrible storylines on GH this week.
Hi guys, you can find me on Twitter at Ladine_Harvey, and I will follow you back.
And if you can spell my name right, it's LACRETIALYON. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
And I'm Black Hope LA. It's BLAK Hope LA on Twitter, and James Lott Jr. everywhere else. See you next time. We love you guys. Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.